Quest AI, Protect What You Love and Still Ace Your Classes by Ishan Singh. The 7 p.m. scroll hole. Sophomore year, I finished my homework by 7 p.m. But then I spent 3 hours scrolling because nothing told me what to do next. The real enemy isn't laziness, it's friction. That paralyzed feeling right before you start a big goal. To-do lists organize tasks. They don't create motion. I didn't need a pusher, I needed a path. The crushing reality. 1/3 of high schoolers are overwhelmed with college admissions and high school stress. 77% feel constant academic pressure, and 73% abandon productivity apps that are supposed to help them. The reason students quit extracurriculars is not because of a loss of interest, but academic friction. The solution is Quest AI. Stop listing and start leveling. While standard planners create static lists that get longer every day, the Quest AI way is to create a visible path of daily levels, and inspired by Duolingo, Quest turns vague goals into a journey you can actually complete. Okay, let's go on with the Quest AI demo. When we open the website, we are first greeted with the login page. You can either log in with existing credentials or create a new account. In this case, we're going to create a new account of Sam's. When we create a new account, we are greeted with the task sign up page. We can either select an academic task, which we have to have at least one. In this case, it's already set to AP Calculus exam, but we change this to maybe the SAT. We change the subject, which is either any academic or an other subject. And then we can choose the level of difficulty, either very academic, we want to study this intensively, or just a light review. We'll choose a light review. Also, we can just add another test. Let's say AP Bio exam. Choose science, and we'll choose this academically heavy. Now, a custom task is section 2. We can enter in a custom thing we want to learn. For example, practicing the violin. That is one task someone might want to know. Another maybe like learning Spanish. Both of these are pretty simple to do, but it's hard to choose a good starting point. But Quest AI can solve that problem. When we press Build My Week Journey, it will show the loading screen. It will start to develop a journey, and here's our journey. So we have 4 sections. The academic trail with all our academics, AP Bio, SAT. When we click on the play button, we have a timer, which is a guide, not a gate, as it says right here. But it basically tells you the goal, the first step, which is to review glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, electron transportation, etc. Now, because this is in a journey format, students might already know about some things, but not other things. So that's why we added a skip button as well. When you're done with this, you either press mark complete or skip. We'll skip this for now. We'll move on to the next one. Genetics practice problems. Focus on genetic practice problems involving monohybrids and dihybrid crosses. When we mark the complete, we can move on. We keep on going until we complete the entire thing by the end of the week. Now, next is a light trail. This is the little review that we had. Weekly goal review. Review progress on the week's goals and check all due days or upcoming tasks for next week. Yeah, so it's because we didn't add too many things in the light trail, that's why there's not too many tasks to complete. And then the real good stuff. Practicing the violin. This is one of the custom tracks that we created. So dedicate time to scales and long tones, focus on perfect pitch, and relaxed posture to prime physical foundation. So Quest AI creates a custom journey for every task. In this case, it's practicing the violin. We mark complete. Do the same things for every journey. You either mark complete or skip, but the main difference is the mission goals, where it's different based off of the task at hand. And we can also see for learning Spanish, step by step for learning Spanish, establish essential foundations, like a functional base for simple communication. Now, once you complete all these tasks, you can go to the standings and see your daily streak and amount of levels complete per week. And this is just a reminder to continue and see how far you've gotten in throughout your journey. So you can either go back to the journey or rebuild your entire thing, your entire weekly plan. In this case, I think we're fine, but we do want to pretend I want to add one more task. We can click on the Forge New Task via AI Breakdown button. This could let us choose either a school or custom track. Let's say custom, and we want to win this hackathon. All right, pretty cool. So let's confirm the task. Let's break down the goal. And after we wait for some time, it is now part of our journey, this hackathon. So the first step is to identify a high impact pain point, which is, in this case, students not being able to start their tasks effectively or have too much friction starting. The engine behind Quest AI. The front end is built from React and Vite for high-speed level-based interactions. The back end is built from Node.js and TypeScript for API routing and validation. The AI layer is made from the Google Gemini API, specifically Gemini 3.1 Lite, for task decomposition and plan drafting. And then hosting is from a secure deployment on Google Cloud. Some accomplishments and learnings that I had while building this was a full stack solo, where I shipped a working AI web app from scratch, handling everything from React UI to cloud deployment. Also, I implemented AI specialist logic, where I architected a system where AI is used only for complex understanding, keeping the core app deterministic and stable. And finally, a personal solution. This is a problem that I actually lived through, and Quest isn't just a code, it's the tool I needed during sophomore year. Next steps or the path ahead. The path ahead. Calendar sync. Automatic Google Calendar blocking for each journey level so we can connect tasks to the student's actual Google Calendar. Also, we can integrate Quest AI into Notion and Todoist workflows so users don't need to switch back and forth between multiple apps. Better models like upgrading to Gemini 1.5 or 3.5 for richer task planning and task breakdown. And finally, social. Accountability boards to turn progress into shared metrics to motivate students even further. Start with your quest. Protect your time, ace your goals, beat the friction. Build for students by a student.